Good afternoon, everyone. This is Menorah, joining you once more for this wonderful group. And there is a group, no matter who comes, who's absent, there is a group. There's a group soul. Because probably you are wondering, how come most of the group today are the Hebrew students? It does not matter. The group soul changes its variety of energies when different individuals join. But the group stays as a group with a soul, with energy, with a spark of light. So this is good. I was asked about the groups of souls that you have, each one of you, in heaven. And as we know, you have three groups, each individual. The biological fathers and mothers, these are your fathers, mothers, ancestors that were here on earth, and you were born into their families. You have the 14 main ones, which are 3 generations above. And these are connected to you in a special energy that connects not only the spiritual, but the physical too. Because their DNA is passed on to you. And this is the difference between them and the spiritual fathers and mothers, which is the second group. Each one of our souls has been through many, many lifetimes. The biological fathers and mothers are only from this lifetime. But each one of you, of us, accumulated fathers and mothers which turn to be spiritual and non-biological. For instance, you have a father from 3 or 4 lifetimes ago, which has got nothing to do with your DNA today. He is called one of your spiritual fathers. There is no difference in the soul between fathers and mothers. The energy is a bit different, but because of the soul moving from life to life, from feminine to male and vice versa, you can't really say fathers or mothers. So we say fathers and mothers to include all. The third group is your heavens team. This team is the spiritual guiding of each individual, each soul on the planet. When people are non-spiritual and do not develop themselves, the group of the team is small, but the team is there, always ready to help. And when the group senses that your energy is changing for developing your soul, going up the scale and developing in your soul standard in heaven, you draw more and more individuals that come to you to join this group. So this group can be just according to your imagination from 2, 3, 4 souls to thousands of souls, millions of souls. The numbers can be so large, you can't even imagine. And their task is to help you, to assist you, to guide you, to watch over you. Mainly those of you who develop their souls on the spiritual journey. These two last groups, are the groups that you may contact. If you call representatives from your second group of the spiritual fathers and mothers, they may come and just sense, or if they don't sense, they ask, what may I do for you? What assistance do you help? What questions do you have? All this is spiritual. You don't have to talk, you just have to communicate with your mind. Actually, you communicate through your mind with the backing up of your heart, obviously of your soul. It takes time to develop this communication. Time and practice, just like everything. Why? Because your body and your mind are not regulated to this kind of communication. It is not exactly the third eye. It is soul communication of asking questions and receiving messages. Same thing you do with your heavens team. The difference is for your fathers and mothers in heaven group, you think of them or you ask them, you put up your request. On the other hand, heaven's team knows exactly everything you do, you say, and you think. They give their assistance and guidance even when you do not ask for it. That's the difference. And in your heavens team, if you have a large team, there are specialities for every kind of group or question. You have souls that have the answers and the directions for you. So you just have to think or communicate and practice on receiving the communication. I know that it is frustrating at the beginning. Those of you who were with me from the beginning of my development, my spiritual development as a woman, I don't think even you recognized how long it took me to channel, to communicate, to receive messages. It was hours and hours of meditation and practice for years until it came. Because the soul does the job. And the soul, in this case, overtakes the mind, goes beyond the mind, and no obstacles remain in the mind. So the mind is free to receive the messages. You receive the messages in a code that is called soul language, and you can receive it in your mind or speech or writing in any language that fits or suits you. And above all, you have the divine, which is there to help you, mainly those of you who have chosen to be representatives for healing. So the only thing I can tell you now, that these teams are a real spiritual treasure. You should treasure them. Try to communicate with them every day. Ask for their presence when you do your meditation, when you do your practices. And those of you who give healing, when you do healing. And you shall see the improvement and the difference. Use the tools that heaven is laying out for you. I did it for so many years, not even knowing what you know now. Just came. I love you and bless you all. Menorah.